and welcome to ReCall The Midwife. We're a fan podcast where we watch an episode of Call The Midwife and talk about it. Today, we are talking about the 2023 Christmas special. I'm Alex.
I'm Becky.
I'm Jen. A reminder that this week's episode deals with traumatic birth, adoption, family loss, trauma, and mental health. So if these topics are ones you would prefer to skip this time, we understand and hope you join us for the next one.
It's Christmas in Poplar and Matthew and Trixie are back from their honeymoon. But when Jeffrey arrives uninvited, Trixie has to ask him to leave. Nancy and Colette make Nonnatus house their home, and Sister Monica Joan is suffering from depression and feels like it'll be her last Christmas. She reminisces to Colette about past Christmases, and Sister Veronica comes up with an elaborate plan to recreate Sister Monica Joan's childhood memories. Brenda Shelby is expecting twins after undergoing experimental fertility treatment. She encounters a childhood acquaintance at clinic, Antoinette Douglas, and Cyril helps Mr. Sharma, a veteran who is being evicted from squalid living conditions.
What do you say, squalid?
I know.
It was so there was like a half an inch of water all over the whole floor.
It was quite an abrupt end to that synopsis. I was just like, there's a lot more going on, but
I know you've got ridiculous amounts to cover. So to be honest,
I know
let's get going.
this was really like 2 episodes in one, you guys.
It really was. Jeffrey, I cheered, guys. I cheered.
Oh, we love to see Jeffrey. By the way, Jeffrey did make a problem at the beginning, but then after that, he was like solving every problem, left, right, center. Here you go. You need something. Jeffrey's got an answer for it. Oh my God, he was.
I can't understand how anyone could throw Jeffrey out.
No.
Yeah, like that is just went against every grain of my being. I was like, what are they thinking?
Now, technically, it's the start of a new season, so Trixie's got new hair.
Oh, I did love the hair. I did. And I
must say,
posher than normal as well.
Do you think it's though because she's Lady Aylward now?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think they bumped her up. She looked way more put together.
Yeah, but she wore a hostess dress.
Oh, that was ridiculous. And when he said negligee, I was like, yes, you're exactly right. Like, it was so clearly like a negligee to me anyway. But then also I felt like Trixie was very odd this episode. Well, anyways, what are we going to talk about? Because I could dive right into that, but I don't know if that's where we want to go first.
What do you reckon, Bex?
Let's talk about Trixie and Matthew, because then Matthew is working with Cyril because they're basically evicting more buildings that Matthew owns that he's selling off cheap. I feel like it's the start of tension with Matthew.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the groundwork. Yes, he's having some troubles.
Now, why? I don't know. Is Matthew left now?
We don't know. You need to watch it. So you come back to us once you've seen it and tell us your opinion.
Why have Trixie marry someone that they haven't locked in with a 5-year contract?
Well, we don't know what happened behind the scenes though either.
No.
Yeah, maybe there was some personal intrigue. I have no idea. I really have no idea. I'm just, saying.
I think HR had to step in.
But also you can't make people, do you know what I mean?
You can, Alex, contractually.
I don't think they sign anyone for like 10 years on the show. I think that they sign people like a year or 2 at a time, and then, you know what I mean?
They should have
like
sat him down when they said, you're going to marry Trixie. Now, are you in this for the long haul?
The thing is, I mean, maybe Trixie isn't going to be in it for the long, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's going to be the way it's going to go. But we're talking about so far ahead. We have to stick with this episode.
Yeah, we've got loads to cover.
Trixie's boring everybody. She's made Sister Julienne watch 25 minutes of wedding photos.
Oh my God. And by the way,
a bit serious Trixie this time. And I know they've got stuff going on because his mum is feeling difficult about Christmas after being straight after her husband's dying and all this. And I get it. And I get she's trying to prioritise, her life. And can I just say, when they did kick Jeffrey out, he was like, you always put people before yourself. I'm not going to let you. I thought that was gorgeous, the way you made that happen. Yeah. But I just think, did you think there was some more? Like, she looked annoyed he was at Nonnatus house.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What was that facial expression? She was like, she's like, I kicked, like, she didn't kick him out, but she's like, you left my place and then you came to like my other place. It's like, girly pop, let him have something. You know what I mean? Like, why can't he come here? It was really weird.
Yeah. If it was me, I'd be peeved that like they did look like they were having so much fun at Nonnatus house.
That's actually a good insight. I wonder if she was like had a moment of like longing for her old life. Not anything like about Matthew, but you know what I'm saying? Like just like she used to be in the mix that way and now she really only goes there for work. And I know she's all about being a wife and blah blah blah, but you know what I mean? Like now she like literally went from, I mean, this is not really her story, but
she lived a long time there. You know, this is the 12th series. She lived 12 years there.
Well, and she went from being like, I mean, this I think about. She went from being like a cool working single gal who was, always doing stuff and da da da, and like always on the prowl, not in a bad way, but you know what I mean. She was always looking for love, and then she meets this guy, and Matthew's amazing, but like, boom, insta family, and now she's like a full on like wife and mom, and that's just got to be like a big transition to make, in a good way, but like still a big
And full
transition.
time working, because when they were talking about doing when she was wearing her hostess gown and he thought it was negligee, she was like, no, no, this is what I wear to do, like, my correspondence. We've
And
got a
he was like
strenuous
literally ready to
evening.
go like right then. He was like taking the tie off. I was like,
Yeah.
sir, it's 6 o'clock at night. Like again, I know they're newlyweds,
I
but
mean, she was wearing that, Jen. But a
oh my
strenuous
gosh.
evening writing thank you letters. You're just a bit like, so I do feel like they're kind of trying to portray that they are in wedded bliss, but like there's
Yeah.
also a strained side to it, which makes me think, was it planned beforehand? Because it does seem more strained than bliss.
Yeah,
Well, here's the
maybe.
thing also, like, and this is like a small point, but didn't you think it was weird that she was like, no, let's write the cards to like the opposite side of the family?
No, I thought
No,
that
I
was
thought that
nice.
I think that's a very tricksy thing that she'll be like, this means we're part of the family now. So I'll write it to your side, which means it's kind of cohesion. I think it's a bit weird, yeah. But
Oh,
No,
I
I
think
it's
mean,
not
it's
weird at all.
no, I think it's
no
totally weird. Sorry.
No, because you're
thing
thinking
posh people do.
like
That's very right.
you're you're just thanking. Like I think it means more for the other person to thank the other side of the family.
Okay, here's what I'll say. And I respect your opinion 100%. But to me, this was
But she's
so
going to
odd.
dismiss it.
And no, I'm not going to dismiss it. I'm just going to disagree because this to me was so odd. Like, I get her reason, and I think her reason is nice, but I don't think it's relevant at this stage because there's going to be people there. Like, I think, okay, like if I got married and then I have known someone like my aunt, whatever, for 40 years, and then this man who's known her, like, met her probably like 4 times, is going to just be like, oh, dear, blah, blah, blah. Like, thank you so much. Like, we'll cherish it. Like, da da da. Like, no, like, I'm going to write a more meaningful note and like heartfelt note to the person I know and
Yeah, now's
love.
about you do this, right? When you get married, get him to write the first bit and then you do a big thing at the end.
That's what I would have done.
So you both have to write all the notes.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
you
disagree, but I'm just saying,
no,
like,
because you're technically writing half a note each.
I
okay.
mean, I don't think it, guys, we've got so much of an episode to cover. I don't think this matters. Now, not Bernard, Jeffrey
My
has,
mum I once got a birthday card off my mum and dad, and a spoiler, my dad's name is Fergus, and my dad had signed my birthday card Fergus because my mum had just put this card underneath his nose and he'd just signed it because he didn't know who he was signing the card to.
my granddad once signed from his full name to my grandma, in not even love from, just from. And then on the back it said sample card. So he just got this card from work. Anyway, so Jeffrey
Oh no,
Sachs
I've
is
got more
full.
card stories.
Oh,
My dad once got a card off his dad, and it was like, what is it? Condolences, because his eyesight was going.
what did he think it
Oh,
said?
It was like a condolence card.
Yeah, but what
but
did he
do you
think
think
it
it said
was?
like celebration or
He
something?
thought it was a birthday card.
Oh, congratulate. All
Ooh.
right.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right. Oh, can we actually talk about the episode now that we've got an
I've
hour and
got
a half
one
to
more
cover?
card
Oh
story, but
my
I'm gonna
God.
I'm gonna save it until we talk about Sister Monica Joan.
So Jeffrey's fallen out with Bernard, who you take it is basically his boyfriend, but
Oh,
he's
yeah.
engaged
And
to be married.
he's marrying a woman.
But I don't
Oh,
think
Yeah.
he's fallen
girls.
out with Bernard. I think it's just that Bernard's now settled down.
Yeah, but the point is they've split
Well,
up, haven't they?
Yeah, they
the
have.
thing is, you can't. I mean, I guess.
Yeah, but I think that's what I mean, though. I think Trixie's there, like, oh, that's terrible about you and Bernard, like a love of your life. Get out. We're newly married.
Well, the thing is also like, I mean, I don't. I get the feeling that Jeffrey was like, I just can't be around this man that I love. Like we can't keep having our relationship if he's going to be with this lady. You know
No,
what I mean? Which I
exactly,
totally,
exactly.
yeah,
Which is
yeah.
annoyed me even more that he's just been kicked into the street. But he is going to go to Harley Street to be an osteopath, which I really love.
Yeah, but it was odd because it was just a very odd dynamic.
It was odd,
Like
it was odd.
him and Trixie was sat having a laugh, having fish and chips on the sofa. I loved Jeffrey just lounging on the sofa with a fag.
Yeah, same.
Honestly, all around Jonty, just smoking around Jonty.
Oh, well, they were smoking around Jaunty anyway, no matter what.
But
Yeah.
then Matthew seemed to be annoyed that Jeffrey was there. But then it's like those two were leaving Matthew out.
What I didn't understand
Yeah.
is why they never could have a scene where it was like all of them. Like it always seemed
Yeah.
like it was either Matthew and Trixie or Trixie and Jeffrey, and it's like, but this is your wife's like brother, like her like
But
beloved
she kept
brother.
saying like, "Oh, stuff for us, our own traditions. Oh, why can't your own new traditions include your family?"
Can I just say Trixie really, really, really annoyed me with that? Like
Yeah, same.
even if you're building your whole like married life or whatever, like I get it, but to me that is the most irritating thing that someone can say, like, well, this is a sacred time between me and my like love of my life. Like, I'm like, you're gonna spend the next 50 years together, like with no one else around. Like, can you just please like be so normal for like 10 minutes and give me like, oh, I just was so
Yeah,
irritated
but
with her.
also, like, surely his family should be put. Sorry, not her. Well, his family is, Jonty is, but surely her family, her immediate family should be as well.
But also, can I just say, like, why don't they have a two-bedroom apartment?
Yeah,
Like,
I thought that.
why is he on like
Or maybe
literally a four?
Jonty's in the other room.
I know, but still,
Why
like,
has he
not a
gone to
guest.
Ronald's house?
But
Yeah.
who's Ronald? Oh, the
So
other
His
brother?
invisible
the brother
brother.
without
Oh, I know, but
personality that's never been shown on screen.
he's not gonna go to the other
His
brother.
personality's so insipid and rubbish. There's none there. There's nothing to show on screen. He just is
I
invisible.
I just can't believe that like they don't have anything other than like a 4 foot long like hard wooden settee for him to like sleep on. You know what I
Same.
mean? Like I'm just
Like, you
like,
put the bloody cushions on the floor.
oh my God. Like, yes, he could have wrapped himself around the base of the Christmas tree and been more comfortable than that, you know? Like,
Yeah.
no way. Yeah.
So
Can
while we're
I,
on Matthew, should we talk about Cyril and Matthew?
yeah, can I just talk quickly about how Matthew is the new Dr. Turner, leaving Jonty in the car while he evicts people
Yes,
from
that's what I was about to say.
And by the way, it's freezing outside. Like
He's there
literally
at
there's like
Christmas in the
snow. Yeah.
snow, freezing. He's not got heaters, and he's just there, a 2-year-old in the car, just sat
Well, and
there.
he's like, and he says like, "Oh, we've been here since the afternoon." I'm like, "Oh my God, sir! Like, what has this child been doing?" You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he doesn't care.
Well, so Cyril and Matthew are going to the cellar dwellings and forcing exits. Now, Nigel the cat makes an appearance. Love the name Nigel for a cat, guys. Absolutely
Oh
love
my
it.
gosh, yeah. And I loved that whole lady's thing where it's like, oh, we took so long to get her out of her armchair, but like now she's leaving. And then it's like, oh, where's Nigel? And they're like, oh, like they think he's a person. And then this officer comes up and she's like, no, it's my cat. And then luckily the cat is like right behind. And then what did she say? Like a tin of pilchards?
Yeah.
What are
Yeah,
those?
they're
Like,
it's like
I know it's little fish, but what are they?
you just get them like whole
Is it
fish
is it
in
like
a tin.
sardines?
Yeah. Blech.
Oh, I mean, I get why the cat loved it, but and the thing is, Cyril went back out and actually gave the cat the
I
fish.
know.
There is no
He's
end.
truly the
There is
best.
no end to that man's like sweetness and generosity.
Sardines,
Like,
Jen, in America.
oh, okay,
I mean, they're
sardines.
called
Okay,
sardines over here mostly as well.
yeah.
Mr. Sharma living in basically
Oh, the most
a sewer
squalid, the
with
most squalid.
cockroaches. Like, they just literally couldn't have made it look more bleak, like the
Oh my
cockroaches
God,
over the
no.
food.
It was like 3 inches of water in the place.
Yeah. And then he
Oh,
broke back into his hovel after being evicted because
well,
Cyril was
and
like, called him Sir, didn't he?
And I can't figure out what's worse. Like, this is something we find out later, but like, I can't figure out what's worse. He's living in this like completely dark
It's basically a
apartment.
sewer, guy.
Yeah, it's a sewer where there's like cockroaches covering everything, and it's apparently also ice cold. And I'm like, would you rather? And it would you probably it's. I mean, probably if it's cold, it doesn't smell as bad if it's as if it's warm. But then I'm like, so you're freezing, you're wet, you're surrounded by bugs, you've got these. We'll discover later, like wounds on his legs. I just can't think of anything more like that is like you wouldn't put someone in prison in that kind of a condition. That would be cruel and unusual punishment. Like I just oh
Yeah,
that poor
this
man.
is my
I
thing
just
because, right, so Cyril's there feeding Nigel. He's breaking back into his hovel, right? And he's
ugh.
like, "Oh, I would advise you not to do that, but I can't tell you. It's just not the best place to be living." And I thought be a bit more forceful
Cyril,
there, Cyril. Like, that is absolutely
Cyril.
ridiculous. So then he brings him a box, right, which has got a pineapple in. He's like, "Oh, come on in." Now I get Cyril's lovely, right, but there's a limit to your loveliness. I'm like, I'm not stepping into a sewer to eat a fucking pineapple with you, covered in
Also, like,
cockroaches.
also,
Like,
like, I mean, with love to Mr. Sharma, like, he literally cut the top off the pineapple and then he cut it down the middle and then he literally sliced, like, just like a half moon shape. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, as if you could eat a pineapple like a watermelon. Like, there's
Yeah, but
a
he
hard.
did that while slagging off papaya. He's like, "Oh, I miss papaya." And he's like, "It's crap papaya. I have this pineapple I've bodged in me
Here,
hovel with cockroaches in sewer water."
but here's
Maybe pineapples were different at the time.
no, they weren't.
No,
But
They
here's
were riper.
but definitely not. But
is
here's
ripe for a word? Is it more ripe?
More ripe. But here's what drove me crazy about it is that like also this man clearly had so many problems, and I know that Cyril is like just embarking on his like do-goodery
Yeah.
like, you know, social work career and everything like that. He hasn't got there yet.
And he did do a lovely chat with him, considering the conditions as well. He did a
Oh,
very good
absolutely
job.
lovely. And I will say like because I had a lot of like really mixed feelings about the Mr. Sharma storyline like the whole way through. And I'm just gonna spoiler alert like tell you what my feeling is now basically. It drove me absolutely crazy that this man was continually doing things that put himself in harm's way. But what made me even crazier was that no one was trying to understand what was going on with this man. He was breaking back into his apartment. Why, sir? Why?
Yeah.
Like you don't want to see a doctor. Why, sir? Why? Like I mean, no explanation, no let's try to get to the bottom of this. You know, what happened? Like why when did you start having you know, like no and I know that's exposition and they ultimately
Yeah,
got there
I
because he
know, but
explained the
Sister
whole thing,
Veronica
but
is a lot more forceful than that as well. Because Sister Veronica came on, because basically they had this lovely chat, Cyril and him, and then he was like, "Oh, you look at your legs, the worst things I've ever seen." I was like,
oh my
"Bleh."
God, horrible, horrible.
Venus
Like
ulcers, apparently.
they were worse than remember when Jenny went to Joe Collett's
Yeah,
house? It was
yeah.
worse than that. I mean, the listeners already watched this episode, so they know, but I'm just saying it's worse than that.
Well, so then Sister Veronica was like, "You need to see a doctor." No, no, doctor, they're full of lies. And Sister Veronica was like, "That was a bit of a weird reaction." Instead of like actually, normally I think she'd be a lot more forceful. She was just like a bit ineffectual, like,
Well,
"Oh,
no,
never
no,
mind."
no. No, listen, again, love Cyril, but he was like, that's enough for today. Like he shut her
Yeah,
down. And I was like,
yeah.
wait a minute, why are you like I get that sometimes people reach their limit, but at the same time, I'm like, it was hard enough for her to get here and bandage his legs. Like he thought he was gonna like rub just Vaseline on them and it was gonna make it better. Like, I don't know. I thought Cyril was kind of with well intentioned but off base.
Well,
So
yeah. Well, just I think he was a bit too going around the houses to try and get to the problem.
yeah. But you know what? To
He
get
was
back
just taking the softly, softly approach.
Yeah, but
he
he was never going to
was.
catch that monkey.
No, to get back to the Cyril and Matthew part of it, it was very much like women helping women and like dudes helping dudes this time, you know, because like
Yeah.
Dr.
Yes.
Turner,
Good
Cyril,
observation. We should do a
y-
podcast.
hey, listen, I've got some insights that are worthwhile every once in a while. And it was because like
This
Cyril
is the
and
first one of series 12 episode.
I know, I know. It only took us like 125 episodes for me to get there. Um, but no, but like Cyril, Dr. Turner, and Matthew literally had like they didn't drink beer, but you know what I'm saying? Like they literally sat with him and like had a drink and like talked to him and like shared war stories and the whole dealio. And that's what ultimately got him to, you know, open up and be able to
Well,
accept
also,
treatment.
but he also, before that, he actually collapsed basically, discharged himself
Oh,
from hospital. Do you know what I
this
mean?
was a
Like,
mess. This
Wait,
was
I
Nigel
need
this.
Cat, though, was very integral to this, and I really did like that.
the cat.
Yeah.
So he encounters his neighbour because he's been getting water from his neighbour because he hasn't got running water.
Mm-hmm.
And
Which again, I love that, but also like, no, you know, no, no.
and is it the ambulance people? They say to her like, "Has he got any family? Has he got?" And she's like, "No." She's like, "I think he's Indian." Like
Ma'am,
that was her
obviously,
insight.
yeah, there, yeah. Like you've never, like you're
Yeah, but I
running
think,
in
yeah,
your,
but he did say at the end, he does keep himself to himself. He has been he has kind of been keeping himself in.
yes, but I mean, but the thing is, he's talked to her enough that she's helping him with like hot water. You know what I'm saying? Like that would
Yeah.
make you think that they have some kind of a
Rapport.
connection of
Yeah.
some type, you know?
But we discover that he volunteered for the RAF during the war and he was a navigator.
Oh, this
Yeah.
story was so sad.
He's
So
got
sad.
how fit were all those pilots in that photo?
Oh my God, they were so ridiculous. I was like, can we not zoom in, please? Like, give us the foot. Oh my God, that
I didn't
photo.
notice this.
Oh my
Oh
God,
my
Alex, you
God.
need to go back. They were all so hot. Like
Yeah.
it was ridiculous. Like there was like a row of these young, amazingly good looking like movie stars in a row in the front with all the uniform on and everything. And then in the back, like the pilots were wearing different outfits. And I was like, which one was Mr. Sharma? I was like, I thought he was gonna like point and be like, that's me. And then like we, you know, but oh my God, they were crazy good looking.
They were so good looking. I'll try and get a picture for our socials.
Oh yeah, and honestly, Bex, zoom in, please. Like,
Yeah.
do us all a favor.
So we find out that basically he was a navigator and he makes a comment that minds break like bodies. So he was eventually discharged for a lack of moral fibre. But basically, the plane had limped home on one engine, had crashed on the runway.
Oh,
He'd
it's
heard
so
the pilot's
sad.
neck break. Horrendous.
God.
Oh God.
Then the plane had caught fire. So that's why he's like traumatized by fire, doesn't have any heating on in his flat.
He literally has not been around any heating system for like Well, I don't know, not 50 years, like 20 years, I guess, because
He says he's trained himself not to feel the cold.
oh, it was oh God.
But
Oh.
it just,
You know
and
what though,
then,
guys? He did this really big, long speech to Dr. Turner, and he was saying how he had was charged with cowardice and all this, right? And then Dr. Turner just said, "I would have diagnosed you as having common sense," and I was just like, "No, you bloody wouldn't."
You know what? That
Oh,
was the stupidest, not the stupidest line. I listened to that because like he said I would have diagnosed you, and I was like, okay, yes, say the words, say the words. It's common sense, and I was like, no, trauma, PTSD, like trauma, like what in the world, like severe anxiety, like brought on by like the most horrible, like.
it was so nonsensical.
Well, but by the
I
way,
would
can
have,
I wait?
I would have diagnosed with common sense.
But you know what?
No, you wouldn't.
But here's what's crazy, and not to like go off topic, but like he was basically like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy of medicine the whole episode, because he said he met with Sister Monica Joan for 2 minutes, and he was like, "Well, she's got depression," and then he had this whole long spiel about like elderly people and everything. We're
No,
going to
he
talk about
also
Sister
said
Monica
the
Joan.
best line, which was basically like, she'll outlive us all. She'll see us all buried. Bloody hell! Don't think
no,
she
but
will
the
then.
way he says it, he's like, she'll see us all into the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. I was like, you were making so many wild, fast
I
and
think they
loose
did a bit more
claims
whimsy with him this because it's a Christmas episode. I think
Oh
they did a
my
bit more whimsy for his
God.
lines because that was a
Yeah.
lot.
Oh, that
I can
was
tell my last
crazy.
card story now because it's appropriate.
Go on.
We used to get cards
Get out
from
of the way. Go on.
my great aunt,
Okay.
and my great aunt was really miffed when my grandma died before her. Like she was the last one left. She was really miffed that she'd died first.
Oh, your
So,
great aunt. So her
yeah,
sister. Okay.
my grandma's sister. So my mum would get cards from her at Christmas, and it just said, "Yep, still alive."
Your family.
The thing is, I can imagine you sending me that card. Can you not?
Yeah,
It's very much a Bex one-liner.
yeah.
No, but Bex would send it to Bob's, not.
Yes. Sorry, yes. I'd be dead. I'd be long gone. Yeah,
I
still
know,
alive.
I know. And you and I would have gone first, and then Bex would be so mad that like she's still here.
So anyway, let's
my
finish
God.
the whole Mr. Sharma thing. Cyril basically helps him through the RAF, and both Dr. Turner and him help him sort out a new place to live with the British Legion. It helps him
Yeah.
oversee. Cyril
Yeah.
then invites him to be part of this nativity, which we'll go on about, which made me angry. So yeah. You
Oh,
are?
wait. Oh, we'll talk about the nativity in a second. Wait, can I just say one thing though about
Yeah.
oh, what was it? Wait. I had it.
Sharma?
Oh, Mr. Sharma. This was the other thing that made me like kind of, I don't know, had like a feeling about this, but like the speech that he gave, he started out and he was like, "Oh, I was a young man. I was born in," I don't remember where he said, but he was like, "My mom gave me this name and it means like, like beautiful conqueror or something like that," or whatever it was. And he's like, "I always did great in school, and then I always did great in this, and then I was so great in that, and then the war came and I signed up to be in the RAF, and my mom was like, 'See, like everything I say that you were when you were born, and, like now you're doing even more and better, and like I should have even given you like a more exalted name.'" And then he has a thing where at the RAF, and Dr. Turner is like, "Well, what about your family? Like, why couldn't you go and like, get some, like be in touch with them?" Because he's like, "I've never seen my mom ever since then. Like, I literally never went back home." And he's like, "But you should, what about your, like, why didn't you talk to your mom?" And he's like, "No, because she said all these great things about me, the fact that I couldn't live up to like, going through all of this horrible stuff, like she would have disowned me." And I was like, because she loved me so much, she like wouldn't love me like when I went through
If
something
anything,
horrible.
it really annoyed me.
That's not
And I
how
was
I
like,
did it.
what are you talking about?
Well, also, I also thought he couldn't get on a plane because of his phobia as well.
So there's two things. Firstly, he says the trauma from that plane crash. He says he knew he'd never get on a plane again. Now everyone's going on bloody boats everywhere, so he could have gone home.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
But I read it.
But he did have a diagnosis of common sense, though, guys. You couldn't go home with that.
I took it to be not that he was too ashamed to go home to his mum.
Yeah, that's what I took from it. But it still was a bit. It just annoyed me, that speech, because it was a bit like, this is a bit.
Oh, I was a bit hard for him. Maybe I don't know, guys.
I felt for him, but then
Yeah, I think you two were more in your feelings this week, and I think I'd watched it today and I'd been a bit ill yesterday, and I was a bit like, ugh.
Yeah, I definitely was in my feelings. Because the other thing that kind of like, I don't know, I felt like they were a bit going it too far. Like, because he was like, "We had the hearts of lions," and I like when the music was swelling.
And they did.
Of course they did, but
And
again,
common sense.
it was all of a piece, and I just was like, if your parents really loved you, like they wouldn't like turn that you away in shame, like literally at your hour of need. I just
No,
don't
but
think.
he's not
Well,
in
let's
his
try him.
mind. And he's ashamed of being discharged from the army for moral cowardice. Like he just doesn't feel like he can go home.
Yeah, no, I get it, I don't know. It was that I just wish that he hadn't like been self-disowned from his own family for like
Well,
all
yeah,
those years.
it was him. It was him who was thinking it. His mum would have absolutely had him with open arms, wouldn't she? Let's be honest. But obviously, he didn't
Yeah,
want to fly. But he would have got a boat anyway. But shall we
well,
talk about
he
the
didn't have that much common sense, I guess.
Antoinette Douglas story and the Shelby story? Because they're both the same storyline.
Oh, girls, this was when I really got going with the tears. The tears were coming for me at
Should we
this
talk
Oh,
point.
about Antoinette Douglas first, even though she kind of
Sure.
came in second? But so Tony, she was a bully to Mrs. Shelby, to Brenda Shelby. That's bad, isn't it?
Oh,
Imagine how, oh, the shame, the shame. So
well,
she was overdue and a single mum, same
yeah.
name as at high
can,
school or
can I
school.
So
can I just say though? Wait, sorry. Oh, go ahead, Bex. I'll say
no, you
after.
go. You go.
Okay, so here's my thing. The mom of the other lady
Yeah,
is sitting with her. Okay, the lady who has all the kids. She thinks
yeah.
she's pregnant with twins, but then okay. And then she's like, "Oh, I know you, but like how do I know you?" It was so rude what she was saying to her first off. Okay, then she's like, "Oh, Antoinette Douglas. Yeah, I know who that is." And then the daughter goes, "Mom, she was a bully to me when I was a kid."
No, she
And the
said
mom,
poor girl or something under those circumstances because she
Like,
lost all her
yeah, like,
family.
right, but
well,
that
she just says, well, she doesn't say, does she say she lost all her family? She just says she
She
had
doesn't
it
say
so
it there.
hard.
They explain it later. Yeah.
Yeah, she
yes,
just
but
says she's had it so hard. And then Brenda Shelby, her daughter, like steps in and says, Mum, she was awful to me. She was a bully.
okay, but yes, both of you are making my point, but here's what drove me absolutely mad about it. The mother was an adult when Antoinette went through what she went through. And I'm sure in a community like Poplar where everyone knows everyone's business, knew what had happened to this child. So when the mom gets from the daughter that, oh, she was a bully to me, and then the mother is so rude to her like 5 times throughout the episode until the daughter goes back and says, "Mom, we're both women helping women. Share small, give small," whatever the family saying is or something. And then
Yeah.
mom's like, "Oh yeah, you're right." I'm like, "Excuse me? You probably knew that she was a complete orphan, like, and went through this horrible trauma and was living with like foster care or like an adopted aunt or something like that. Like, why didn't you tell your daughter? No, I know whatever she was to you, like, you don't remember what she went through. Like,
Jen,
I do.
I'm going to
That
say
was
this now.
crazy."
I feel like my mum could know the history of someone, and if I told her she bullied me at school, she'd just be horrible to him now.
Yeah, I feel like we would all do it. Like the minute a child has crossed somebody to us, that's it.
Yeah, I can see the mom being sympathetic, but the context
Yeah,
does
no,
matter.
it
The
is. No, it
context
does. It does.
absolutely matter.
No,
It
it's just
does.
ridiculous. It is ridiculous. You're right.
What
And the mum
annoyed
would be.
Took
me,
it to like such a harsh level too.
Yeah,
like we'll come on to the fact that Antoinette and Tony and Brenda eventually kind
I
of,
really like Tony and Brenda.
yeah, they come to a kind of an understanding with each other and women helping women. But then it's the fact when Brenda's mum is being a bit like snippy with Antoinette,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, for God's sake, mum, like we've
I
moved on.
know. That's
And I'm like,
exactly
she's
what I.
only doing that because you told her how she
Yeah,
treated you.
exactly right. Exactly right. And that
Like,
drove me crazy. That
right.
drove
So
me
let's
absolutely
just
crazy.
blast through Tony. So she's on her own. Her boyfriend's on a boat, but she's got a bit of shame about the fact that she's still and Tony Douglas, because obviously most people are expected to be married when they're having a baby in this time still, even though.
Well, and we
Wait,
don't really know if it's like if he's really on a boat or if he ditched or whatever,
yeah,
so.
yeah. And then she goes into labour because she's heavy pregnant. I'm just fast forwarding a bit just because we've got a lot.
do you know what
Yeah.
drove me mad?
Go on.
When Sheila was trying to, so when she goes into labour, she's then
Can't do it on my own.
she's recounting what happened
Classic.
to her family,
Yeah.
and her family were basically killed in a
In the
air
Brits.
raid
Air raid
when
bomb.
they
Yeah.
were sheltering at Bethnal Green Station. What drove me mad? Sheila was clearly trying to listen to the heartbeat, and she's
I know.
rambling on about her life story.
She's like, "Could you just be quiet for 10 seconds? Like,
Can
could
you just let me listen?
But you two being like, I'm in my feelings. This girl's pouring her heart out about her
Well-
family, and you two are like, shut.
Time and place, Alex.
Well, no, my thing was like,
Her delivery room, guys, her rules.
No, but the thing is, like, when Sheila was doing that, I had this moment because I was like, there are times where you're like meeting with someone, talking to them, and like you really need to get something done, and they're just like really having an emotional moment, and you obviously can't do it because you can't, like, it would be way too rude to like interrupt them or whatever. And I felt like Sheila like was like, uh-huh, yeah, like she started to listen, and then she was like, oh yeah, yeah, I know it's really hard, 150 people, yeah, uh-huh. And then she went back and listened again, and then the girl kept talking, and she's like, yeah, you're right, uh-huh, I know, sweetie, like yeah. And then she she tried to listen like 5 times. I was like, Sheila's trying so hard, and my mom, like, we watched it together, and she was like, there's no heartbeat. And I was like, oh, no, 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 no. They can't do this to this girl on Christmas.
Yeah, it was so
And,
tense.
and then thank God Sheila went to Dr. Turner, and she was like, get
Well,
your
can
ass
we
down
just
here.
talk
Like,
really quick, just before we talk about the birth, really quick, because Tony did say that she obviously all the family had died, but also then she was taken in by a mum's friend who always wanted a kid but never knew how to love. So she had clean
oh,
clothes, yes, she had money for lunch, but she didn't have love, and then she died very early, so she's literally completely on her own.
the
Carry
love.
on to the birth,
And she
sorry.
says,
Oh,
like, when she
yeah.
has this baby, this will be a first flesh and blood. Somebody else, this is cropped up
Yeah,
before.
it
Listeners
has.
can't see me, but I literally just pointed because that is the line that absolutely cut me to my core. When she said, this is the first time I'll have held my own flesh and blood in my arms. Oh my God, girls.
Yeah.
That's so tragic. I'm sorry, that's just so tragic.
Do you know
Wait,
who it
you
was? It
think
was
somebody
Billy.
else said it?
It was the orphan from Australia with Billy, a brother.
Yes, it was.
It was.
Oh,
Um,
right. The one who kept on like going around the mother house and we never
Yes.
knew what her deal was. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
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 so
So the
she has
cord
to
was
have,
compressed.
yeah, she has to have an episiotomy
Blech.
and
Oh, poor thing.
There was a quick birth
forceps.
though. And then we were like, oh my God, the baby, the baby. But the baby was born. It was alive. It was a boy. We were like, thank God,
And it was a
everything's fine.
gorgeous little
Oh, he
boy.
was so cute. And she was like, hello, son.
What did she call
Oh,
him? Mark or Martin?
Mitchell.
Mark.
Oh, Mitchell's the
No,
boyfriend.
her
Sorry.
boyfriend is called Mitchell. So
Yeah.
Nancy's trying to read the papers for her ship coming in.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like they thought he might have been fictional at one point.
Oh, yeah, they definitely did.
Yeah, because they've had so many like that, haven't they? With the
Well, and
stigma
they even
bit.
said like, is this like really a guy or is this just like
Yeah.
someone she made up because she doesn't even, whatever. Yeah.
But Miss Higgins to the rescue, because Miss Higgins goes and pins a note to her door.
Well,
So
but
they,
also he actually like was nice and did really want to find her.
You were also Miss Higgins. What a ledge.
yeah.
Well,
Also,
yeah,
he's
but
quite attractive when he did turn up.
yeah, another cutie.
What is it with you two? You two on heat.
I think I've got a hormonal imbalance, you guys.
They were a good-looking family, though, weren't they? I wanted them to be I wanted them to be Mary and Joseph in the
No, it was just
Yes.
weirdly the most recently. It was so weird. It was so specific. The most recently married couple in the parrot. I was like, what is this? It was like they had a role, some specific role for every single person in the narrative
It's
house.
almost as if it was like scripted to like work
Yeah.
out so perfectly for every single person.
So
Yeah.
anyway, so Tony then had a bit of a moment because she was. We're gonna go to Brenda's full storyline, but we'll just kind of kick onto the back of this just because I'm trying to get through it.
Yeah.
So Tony was having a bit of a moment because she's got loads of milk, but she's also having loads of pain with the breastfeeding and all this.
Yeah.
And also she's on her own. She doesn't actually know where Mitchell is because she's probably a bit as panicked as we were. Like,
Oh,
actually,
I'm
where
sure
she's
she
probably
is.
as
I'm sure
hormonal as
she
me and
is.
Jen.
Oh my
Yeah,
God. But in
exactly.
like the other direction. Yeah. Like even worse. Yeah.
So, but lovely. Brenda was like, came in and after she'd told her mum that she was a bully, she actually felt really bad for her. And she went in and they had a look. It was actually a really, really lovely moment.
It was gorgeous what
Yeah.
they did what they said to each other. Yeah.
But having said having said to her mum that she was a bully, Antoinette does say to I don't know why I don't just call her Tony.
I don't know.
Tony says to her, I hope you gave as good as you got. And she kind of smiled. So I do feel like she was a bit of a madam, but actually, is bully a strong word?
But yeah, I think she was just really jealous and lashing out because, hurt people hurt people.
Yes, I think that's right. Yeah.
And then she opened up about being jealous of
her
sisters, having babies.
Nephews, yeah.
Yeah, and then she practiced holding Mark, and it was just really, really cute.
But I mean, it was, and I'll say this really fast, but it was definitely a reminder. Like, okay, remember when Sister Monica Joan and Sister Evangelina had this, where it was like Sister Evangelina had one kind of hardship, and Sister Monica Joan had a different kind of hardship when they were coming up, and they didn't understand that both of them are equally like hard. And these girls had the same thing. Like each one had what the other one wanted, and they both couldn't see past their own loss or like lack of having something. So
I did feel for Tony though, watching Brenda's mum come to visit, and she basically had no family to come and visit her.
Also, she had Jam Roly Poly.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be thrilled with that, but
I would. So just to finish this one off before we go to Brenda. So, because obviously it is all intertwined or whatever. As again, why did they make it more difficult for us? I'm
Oh, I
telling you.
know. They should at least write these episodes so that we can separate them out easily on a
Yeah.
podcast.
So Brenda, yeah, that future reference. Anyway,
Heidi.
that's for Heidi listening. So Brenda holds the baby for like practicing, and that's a really sweet moment. It was really, really.
Oh, it was very
And
sweet.
she says, "I like his hair." And basically, that was
Oh,
basically a nod to him being from Trinidad, wasn't it? Really, let's be honest, without
Yeah.
saying it out and out. And she was like,
the
"Oh, his
thing,
dad's from Trinidad," and it
I
was
didn't
lovely.
realize that this was a mixed race child, you guys.
Did you know from the
Like
birth?
later
Not
on
when
when
he was
Mitchell came
born.
in. Well, later on when Mitchell came in, I did. But the thing is, sometimes babies are just all so red when they
You
come
need to do
out.
something with your TV, like the color saturation, because
I didn't
honestly,
think so. I mean, he looked a bit like more tan than other babies, but
yeah,
like
because he was mixed race, Jen.
he just looked a bit white. No, he didn't look a bit white. He just looked so pink because he's covered in all the goops. Sorry.
No,
Anyways,
I could
I did
absolutely.
eventually figure it out.
Well,
I
to
was
finish
slow.
their storyline, because we will carry on, her storyline is part of the one, but basically Mitchell, who we all thought wouldn't come, he did come. It was a Christmas miracle.
And
Mitchell came and he
guys,
was a bit like, "Is that mine?" And she was
he
like, "Yeah,
said,
it is, you bugger."
well, obviously. And then he said he had been dropped off in Liverpool and he had to hitchhike down,
Yeah.
which admittedly was like far away. Even I'll say that's far.
Wow. Infertility storyline, guys. This is the first we've had.
Oh my God. How much did you like? That doctor was so crazy. You know what that doctor reminded me of? You know Kenneth Branagh in like the second movie of Harry Potter where he plays like
Gilderoy
Gilderoy.
Lockhart.
Yes, that's what that was
Full of confidence, lack of, what's the word? Skill.
like, yeah, no competence, but complete confidence. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
literally never did
He wouldn't get
anything.
diagnosed with common sense.
He didn't do anything meaningful the whole episode other like he even got her name wrong after meeting her like 45 times for all these appointments. She's
Yeah.
like,
But
I'm
yeah,
Brenda,
he did.
not whatever.
No, her name was Brenda. He called her Beryl, didn't he? Did he
He
call
called
her
her
Beryl?
Beryl. And she said, my
Um,
name's Brenda. Yeah, yeah.
but I have to say, a lot of the doctors, they're just like the women. It's almost like the women are an inconvenience to them, even though they're treating the women.
The
Yeah.
women aren't an inconvenience. The women are just like they treat them like they're like lab monkeys or something like that. Like it's like, oh, like what happens if you poke it? You know what I mean? It's just they're like they don't treat them like real people. They treat them like they're just like even she says like look at my research subject. Like he introduces his like students to her that way when she goes to the hospital, and it's just
But he
So she
he was
comes
driving
in.
me crazy.
She
Wait,
comes
wait.
into the one.
I was just checking we're recording, but we are. Even though he's really pompous,
You
I
do that all
did
the time. Like you don't trust me.
trust you, Alex. I trust you to organise my funeral.
It's not gonna happen, Beck. She's already gonna be dead.
I
Don't
was
worry
about to say
about
you're
it.
going to send a card to Beth. Bob's being like,
She
still
died
here.
without me.
Yeah.
No, because you need to organise my funeral.
Yeah, but what? That's why you're going to be annoyed sending the card.
Oh, yeah.
But Alex, you should do it now so that it's ready to go when the time comes.
Can I tell you a story about my? So just really quick, my mum still hasn't organised her funeral plans, which is my dad's getting on at it because he's like, look, you need to sort it because if anyone's, it's going to be me sorting it, and I'm going to have to deal with Babs and all this. Like, can you just write down what you want? It can be a loose plan. My dad's done his fully, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she just keeps not doing it. Bob's just said to her, there's an advert on telly. Bob's just went, Grandma, 2 words, pure cremation. Anyway, that's by the by.
Unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Oh
Anyway, so Brenda comes
God.
into the maternity, what's it called? Not clinic, maternity
Well,
The
home,
maternity home, yeah.
she
all
comes in.
swollen, right?
Yeah,
And
she
she's
feels
like,
like she can't. She feels like she's going to burst.
yeah, but the favourite thing about it was her husband Vincent was like, the only shoes she can get in are her mother's, and she wears size 9 because of her bunions. And
And
the
the mother
mum's
goes,
like, that's just indelicate, Vincent. Absolutely lols.
I love that line. I love that line.
Yeah, so she can't lie down. She can't stand this for another 6 weeks. Like, it must be awful. And now we
Oh,
know why. She's flaming having quads, let alone twins.
well, and poor thing, she was like holding up her belly like when she had to walk around. Like, you know what I mean? It was like you just got the feeling her belly would just like fall off if it was like she didn't like literally carry it around with her, poor thing. I mean, she was like, I can't sit down, I can't stand up, I can't lay down, I can't like be this way. Like I can't do that, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, no,
And
no,
Dr.
no,
Turner,
no,
because he
no.
knows that she's part of this like kind of trial for infertility drugs,
Yeah.
knows that she has the specialist care. So he obviously consults the actual consultant for her. And he's like, no, she needs to come to the hospital. She needs to go here right now. So she goes into labour and the specialist insists on an ambulance. And Dr. Turner's like, look, it's not safe with the snow in the road. And we all knew something was going to happen. Just
Obviously.
from that, of course.
I thought something worse was going to happen, to be honest with you.
I did as well, but I thought they can't do that. after the last episode where he literally performed.
Talk about trauma, again, gee whiz. Like,
That's
yeah,
just common
absolutely.
sense. That you know what happened there? Common sense. So
Yeah, really.
You know what my two thoughts were with that ambulance journey? Firstly, how many people can you get into an ambulance?
well,
Oh my
yeah.
God, crazy. Yeah, crazy.
Also, I was like, I bet it was bloody cold in that ambulance.
I thought the same. It's like just cold, like because they didn't have the
It didn't
heating.
it didn't look like a real ambulance. It literally just looked like a metal box. Like you deliver
Yeah.
like frozen sausages in or something like that.
Or
Like
a
it didn't.
horse.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So Dr. Turner's following, right, with Dr. Tim in the car seat next to him.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, Dr. Tim's just passed his driving test. This is a
A key point. Yes, in just a minute, yes.
Yeah. And anyway, so Brenda's water's burst.
Like
Now,
right
luckily,
in there. Yeah.
yes, luckily Sister Julianne and Nancy are with her. And Sister Julianne was very stern. Do not push. And basically, the first baby comes out in 2 pushes. So they have to stop the ambulance.
I do feel like those babies just popped out of her.
Yeah, but they were only like £2 though, weren't they? Like,
yeah, but even the breech baby was like, oh, it's coming out but first. That's really a problem. But oh well. And then all of a sudden, like the legs were hanging down and it was like hanging by its neck, which is always so scary in those.
yeah, but also think about it. If you've got 4 babies in there, they wanted to be getting out. But also, she was like, it's coming out rear first. She was like, do you mean breech? I thought,
Okay.
the women are getting more educated. I love that.
Here's the thing though, like because I had this thought when they were like, oh, baby A, baby B, baby C, like how in the mother didn't keep track? How are any of them gonna know which one was the firstborn?
I mean, since the Sister Angelina thing, they must have been, I don't know.
No, I know how they'll. Oh, I don't know. No, I don't know.
Well, one was a girl, one was a boy. The second one was still in his arms.
The 2 boys, the small boy will be the lightest boy.
Right. But then how are you going to know between the 2 girls?
The girls, you can't tell.
No, because the last, hang on.
Wait, how did your sister tell between your twins? Did she like paint a toenail or something?
They did, but I mean in her, so my thing is like, it's not about, so when my sister gave birth to my nephews, it was like, this is baby A, like first baby that came out, and then this is baby B, and then they instantly like put the little bands and like marked them and everything like that with like A and B on them. And then my sister and brother-in-law got a tip from another twin mom that they know that you can put a little piece of like, not piece, but like you can paint a little toenail, and then that's how you can tell them apart. But they like had a very like orderly birth in the way that they did. Like what I'm saying with this girl is like,
yeah, but hang on, she had a girl first. No, she had a boy first.
Boy first, then
she knows that's the boy. Then she had a girl, and then the last one that was born in there was still in his arms, wasn't it? Because they didn't realize it was triplets. So I think because they had the 2, he still had it in his arms. So I think that's how they knew it was the 3rd one.
I mean, I think you're kind of right, but at the same time, like they even said, like, oh, she's bleeding. She's like kind of like she was gray, like she literally looked so white, like she was holding the baby.
That's what I look like, guys. Fun fact.
Yeah, but her eyes were just like closed, like she really like she was out of it. I was like, I hope somebody else is keeping track of these babies because this lady is definitely not.
They can do it because of the sex.
I would
Anyway, not that it really even matters. They're all born like 1 minute apart, but anyway.
Well, the ambulance crashed into them because Mr. Sharma was in the road.
Oh my God. Well, here's another thing, and this is anyway, it doesn't matter. It like whatever. So yes, they crashed.
It was so intense though, wasn't it? The birth scene, and it was quite emotional.
It was very emotional, but okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Like, what I don't get is Dr. Tim is not Dr. Tim. Dr. Turner is like, like, oh, we can't see anything. Like, we're hardly moving. Like, the ambulance is like going like 2 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden, this car going the opposite direction, high speed crashes, like to divert away from Mr. Sharma, who's like staggering through the street, and then
I mean, guys, we're going back to that chippy crash. Do you know what I mean?
But then he stops, but then like the guy crashes into like ambulance that's already pulled over to the side of the road. I mean,
Couldn't help it. Couldn't help it. It's the snow.
It's the snow. They would have had the wheels on those cars in those days. Death traps.
I know someone who has crashed every time it snowed. She's crashed. I'm like, don't go out when it snows.
And she's like, nope, I'm still going out.
I do.
No, I think she has stopped that.
I don't think I've properly driven in snow.
What? In 30 years of driving?
20.
25.
26.
3.
Anyways.
Yeah, no, it's been snowing in the air, but I've never driven over snow on the ground.
Really? Does it not snow that much, Nate?
I just don't go out.
Okay, guys, listen. We got to keep it. We've already. Okay, so anyway,
the 4th baby is so exciting. We've spoken about the 3 babies. Then they get to the hospital. She's bleeding loads. There's a 4th baby.
Everyone's bugging out. Yeah.
Sister Julianne was like, a 4th baby?
Oh my
And then,
God.
and then she was like, so that's why Dr. Turner didn't give symptometry or whatever it is, and its science was involved. And so it was quite exciting.
But
Now,
also, don't you just get the feeling that this infertility treatment was basically just like pump this lady full of hormones and then just see what comes out?
I think it was like the first form of Clomid.
Well, because Dr. Turner even says like what like aren't you worried about like multiple? So he says something about multiples, and the guy's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. Like it'll be fine." Like just so blasé. Like while she's waiting to give birth at the maternity home, he's like, "It's gonna be fine. Like whatever. Like chill. Like why are you being like such a like a buzzkill like
I
Dr.
mean, who
Turner?"
doesn't want 4 babies at once?
And then 4 children come out of this poor woman, and he
2 girls,
even
two
said
boys, quite lucky.
I know, and
And
he's like, oh, this little sprocket, like only 2 pounds, 10 ounces. He's the tiny one. I'm like, that is so small. That is such
well,
a small,
he's
small baby.
talking for her as well, and all this. And
Oh,
Brenda, you can tell, is
completely.
feeling a bit unsettled. And she's not feeling like she's bonding with them. And then they're like, "Oh, there's not enough. I'm not getting enough milk." Now, can I just say, her mum was a complete bitch. She was criticizing her milk production for the fact that she's got 4 kids. You're like, what is she supposed to do about that, mate? Like, why
Yeah,
the
like
hell are you
when,
having a go at
yeah,
her?
Yeah, I loved Nancy's solution. I loved
Yes,
it. I thought it was perfect. I thought it was like the most like chef's kiss, like
it
amazing way
was
to like.
outstanding, and it was really good. And it also, this is where the line about Brenda being like, she's a woman now, she's helping our family, and then she goes and goes and has a word to the mum, who's a bitch anyway, so I don't know
But
why
the
she
thing
actually
is,
wants to be part of the family.
then
Goes
the
and has a
mom was
word with
so
Tony.
nice.
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh, feeding my grandchildren, the least you can do is, be fed by me and come round every Sunday for your dinner." So that was lovely, right? But at the same time, I was a bit like, that was quite a quick turnaround as well. And also, why the hell would you
Oh,
want to be involved with that girl? She was really annoying.
that mother had whiplash. She was like
Yeah,
loving, hating, loving, hating. Like that head was spinning so fast. I mean, you wouldn't even know right from left. Honestly, it was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
what did we think of naming the babies ABCD?
Loved it.
I quite liked
I
it.
thought it was so cute.
Practical.
Andrew Robin,
Yeah,
Belinda Carroll,
yeah,
Christina Holly,
yeah.
David Noel.
Well,
I thought it
no,
was
but
really
yeah.
sweet. Oh,
Christmas
really?
names I like.
I heard Noel.
Oh, really? Because Noelle's the girl's name, isn't it?
Well, that's exactly what I thought, but that's how they said it, Alex.
Oh, right.
I like the names. I thought they were cute. I thought it was actually a cute nod to like their story that it was like ABCD, you know? I thought that was
Yeah,
kind of
and Happy
fun.
Christmas, Mum. Happy Christmas, Dad. And then that was that.
Oh, I
And
loved when
then
they said Happy Christmas, Mom, and Happy Christmas, Dad. I thought that was so cute. Oh,
and then Nancy had her photo taken by the ambulance.
Yeah.
yeah.
And this
Well,
is
she was
why
wearing extra lippy.
this is partly why I like the doctor, because when Nancy comes in, he says to her, "This is one of our midwife heroines." So he actually gave credit to the midwives,
Yeah.
which I
He
think the
did.
doctors
Yeah.
at St Cuthbert's wouldn't have.
Yeah,
That's the thing,
100%.
like he got away with absolute murder because he was so charming. Like for every time that you like thought like, oh my God, this guy is such a hack, like rude, know-it-all, like nothing, do nothing. He then would just be like, oh, look at our glowing mom. Like, isn't she like like she's so
But also,
wonderful. Like, da da
his,
da.
his trial is working. Like, there's 4 babies, 4 healthy babies been born. They
Well, I
are
mean,
helping infertile couples. Like, this is the start of that journey. I feel like we'll see more
yeah.
infertility storylines coming up.
Oh yeah, and I will say I did like that he basically said to the reporters like even though she didn't say it and I think she should have said it, but like I like that he was like, "Oh, she's tired now, like leave her alone, like go away." Because like sometimes people don't have, it's hard when people Anyway, I'm glad he just like said get out of here, because everyone was like overwhelmed at that point and he like gave her an out on that, which I thought was good ultimately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about the Turners really quick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to talk about Sheila in that dress. I have to talk about this. I have to talk about this.
May's dress.
May's dress, yes. So, okay, I'll just dive right in. So they get this package from Hong Kong, and she was like, "Oh my God, not a package from Hong Kong." So
She was so overdramatic about
oh
it.
my God, she absolutely lost her ever-loving mind. And Sister Julian was like, "Okay, well, don't keep secrets from your husband. Even I know that." And so then Sheila
What's your
was
thoughts
like,
on
"Oh,
that, Bex?
I think it's valid.
oh, but wait, actually, you know what I did love is when Sheila
Hang on,
and
it's valid to not or to?
To keep secrets.
Right, carry on.
Healthy.
I loved when Miss Higgins was gone for the morning and Sheila walked in and like her and Patrick were like making like imitating her like at the desk and everything and like it had this like kind of
Oh, I did like that.
I thought that was so freaking funny.
Although, can I just say, Miss Higgins was an absolute badass at that hall, but carry on.
Well, I know. I love when she was like, I think you'll find that you are going to do what I say because we're going to be giving you all this money. So like, shut your trap. I mean,
Oh,
she was
chef's kiss.
so like in charge. Like she was like, listen, get your knitting group out by like 12:30. Anyways, but what annoyed me, so like they literally steaming open this package from Hong Kong, like as if this child like is even going to know.
I know,
And
I thought,
then
why are you bothering?
oh, that was insane. And then literally they read this like perfectly innocuous, lovely Christmas card from May's mom that was just like, listen, I love you, have a happy Christmas, like XX. Kiss, kiss.
And
And
it
so
wasn't even, I didn't even think she was treading on Sheila's toes because it said from,
no,
Your mama in
didn't it say
Hong
from,
Kong.
yeah.
it was totally appropriate. It was like completely fine. Like Sheila made like everything out of nothing. And then they get this dress that's like clearly like even Sheila even said she's like this wouldn't have even fit her last year. Like it's a dress from like a bunch of sizes ago. And so she's like working on it, you know, the whole episode. She's like always like, you know, she's got a little pile of this like, you know,
Healer,
cute
sewing
like
with love.
sewing with love. And then at the end, when they're like wrapping up all the presents, because the Turners are having like an absolute like thing about all the things that the kids want for Christmas, which like whatever. And Sheila goes, oh, she's like, I remade this dress. Like now it fits. Like I used some of the fabric. I'm like, ma'am, there is no way on earth. Like you cannot take a dress that is 4 sizes too small and remake it into a dress that is 3 sizes bigger. Like you just cannot. Like it's like physics. I mean, I was so irritated at that. I was like, because the thing is, she held it up. It was literally the exact same dress, like not she's like, oh, she's like, I found the fabric. I'm like, no, you didn't. You did not find the same cotton calico print fabric that this lady bought in Hong Kong a year ago for this child. Like, there's no way. Like, I just that sent me to the absolute moon. Like, I believe the tortoise storyline more was plausible than this dress.
You know
I just
what?
so
On the
mad
tortoise
about it.
storyline, really quick, there was a few things that made me absolutely howl, but also I was with my cousin today and she was saying for her, it was her husband's 40th recently and he wanted a tortoise, right? And she was like, okay.
For his
She looked
birthday?
in. Yeah, for his birthday. That's what he wanted.
Oh my
Anyway, he
God,
didn't
okay.
get it. He didn't get it because she found out that actually looking after a tortoise is ridiculous. She's like, you've got to bath them every single day and do all this stuff. She's
Every
like,
day.
yeah, she's got like, I've got 3 kids. We're not getting a bloody tortoise. Like, we're not getting a tortoise. So that's what I found out. But one of my things was amazing was how Dr. Timothy was like, oh, Dad said a tortoise should just go under your desk. And then also the other line about this was, I am not giving this animal to Teddy on Christmas morning unless we know it's alive. That line was outstanding. And they were like, it'll be Genevieve all over again.
Well, I
No,
just
but I like the bit Dr. Turner then says, because basically they've had the tortoise was kept under Miss Higgins' desk and she basically had a salad in her desk drawer and was feeding it on the run
oh
up
my
to Christmas.
God.
I thought the
Again.
tortoise was going to have escaped, but it hadn't. But then they'd
No.
kept it in the car and it had gone cold and they weren't sure if it was dead. And then Dr. Turner's pearl of wisdom was the great value of pets is they teach children the rhythms of life and death.
You're like, not
And
bloody Christmas Day.
Tim was like, time and place.
Like, Dad, you're such a creepo. Yeah.
My dad had a tortoise as a pet. My granddad just came home with it one day.
Oh, I'm
Wait a minute.
jealous.
Wait a minute. How'd you say that again? What's
She
the
said
name again?
tortoise. Everyone says tortoise, but children say tortoise and so does Bex.
Tortoise.
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 It's tortoise. It's spelt tortoise, but
That's like how British people say, not you guys.
no. I'm British and I don't say tortoise.
It's like when you hear someone say like schedule and you're just like, come on, like
No. That's British. Tortoise is not. It's like my cousin says nuclear, and I'm like, it's nuclear. Like they just said it wrong. So Becky's just saying it wrong.
would you say schedule?
Schedule. Yeah.
Schedule.
You wouldn't say schedule?
No, 'cause that's
Schedule.
American.
Schedule.
You would say schedule.
Schedule.
Yeah,
Schedule.
there we go.
Schedule.
Yeah,
No, I say schedule. Because that's the
talking about,
British
like-
way of saying it.
You say schedule.
Yeah, because that's the British way of saying it.
Oh my
I thought it was
God.
schedule.
It is
No,
schedule.
that's American.
Whenever I watch
That
like The
was me.
Crown, whenever I watch The Crown and it's like the mean like butler who like runs everyone's business and he's like, I think you'll find that the schedule will not accommodate blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, okay, you're so
And
rude.
you need
Like,
to have a word with my dad. My dad will nut you. He always says schedule and gets really annoyed when people say schedule. Bob said sidewalk the other day. I thought he was going to explode. Anyway,
wait, what's she supposed to say?
pavement.
Instead of sidewalk?
Yeah.
Pavement
Yeah, we
could
do
be
say
anything.
sidewalk.
Pavement is the anyway, we don't have to have this conversation. It's too long. But anyways, okay.
Basically, stop acting like you're right when you were well after us. Anyway, so
We definitely can't
let's
have that
get on
conversation
schedule,
right now.
guys. Let's get on schedule.
Oh my
So-
God. I work with 2 trolls. Okay, let's go.
So works very loose term.
Didn't your
So-
dad have a tortoise?
My dad says tortoise.
Or toys. You
So
guys.
you know-
My
had
dad
one.
says tortoise because he's an adult.
I don't understand why children say it, but not grown up.
They don't. I'm just saying it's infantilized. Like it's tortoise. No one says tortoise.
Okay, anyway, so
Anyway,
all
our
the,
listeners,
the
text
Turner,
in what we
Have you
say.
got a story about tortoise in the card?
the thing is that yeah, exactly. The tortoise signed the card for the mom. No, but the thing is, like, all the Turner children like absolutely clean up. Like, literally everybody gets everything that
Yeah.
they want,
Roller skates.
bar none. Telescope.
Oh, because it's Apollo 8. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then Apollo 8 is. We haven't even talked about Sister Monica Joan.
No, we need to get onto the Nana's house storyline.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
So,
This drove me crazy. Sorry.
Obviously, Colette's moved in, so it's like, oh, say goodbye to Auntie Vera for looking after you so long. They just say a quick goodbye outside of school. I'm like, that's weird.
That wasn't really Auntie Vera. That was like just a lady
That was
called...
that was a foster mum, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And
right,
then...
where's this other bloody room come from?
Well, again, who did they say it was? It was like Sister Francis or something?
No, that was the other room that Jeffrey's staying in. So this thousands of rooms just appendaged onto the side of the thing again.
No. But Sister Julian says, oh, like this room has been here for blah blah blah, and then Sister Monica Joan says like, oh, I don't know why we didn't think of this before. It's been here all along. And then Sister Julian was like, well, yeah, I wasn't trying to say that. Like,
well,
we could have
just
blowing me up in front of this.
Do you remember when they stuffed 4 nurses in together when they had those beds staying in the attic?
No one needed to be sharing rooms at all.
No.
But the thing is, it like also was like so rude that like Sister Julian was like, oh yeah, we did find a way to make it work, and I'm sorry I didn't think of it before. And then Sister Monica Joan was like, yeah, dummy, like, you know, you really should have. And Sister Julian was like, well, I was just trying not to say that, but okay, like, it was so rude. I don't know. Sister Monica Joan was like annoying me. Also, they're not paying rent for
these rooms they're sharing with people. Like, it's just annoying.
Yeah, it is.
Are they paying rent? They should get their board free.
Wait a minute, was this Sister Monica Jones' old room before she moved downstairs when they had the storage room that they cleared out?
Oh, that could explain it actually.
Well,
okay. I think Nanada's house is like Hogwarts. Like, it's however big you need it to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the room of requirement.
Yeah.
So Colette's letter though, I don't need any presents this year as I've got everything I want. That was cute.
Also,
and they basically
good job, your mum's in debt, mate.
Humble background, Trixie being like, oh, duplicate wedding present. I was like, okay, yeah, we all regret it. You got married, but
the new living arrangements, they've basically used them to bribe Nancy into staying in Poplar.
But wait a minute, weren't Nancy and Trixie sharing a room anyway?
Yeah.
So now there's a vacant room for them anyway.
Yeah, but then there's also Jeffrey's room that was then Sister Francis.
But then Nancy must have moved out of that room because then Jeffrey said he didn't want to stay in Trixie's old room because it still smelled of hair lacquer.
Right, yeah. but I'm saying like that now, like there is a room that actually is empty for when the next people come in. Like but
they'll still bloody put someone in with Nurse Crane probably.
They will, yeah.
Sorry, I hate when they put letters to Santa in the grate and burn them. Why aren't they keeping these forever in the letterbox?
Is that a thing? I didn't think that was a thing.
They might find it. I don't want to say this too much, but you might find it in the house.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't. Ours get sent to Father Christmas, obviously, but nasal cautery is not to be sniffed at. Lols, Sister Veronica. Absolute legendary line.
So she has a nasal vein that's like too weak. Is that what we decided it was?
I presume so. To be honest, I think they just kind of wanted to talk about the nosebleeds that they'd done this big thing about, and then thought we actually should solve this in some way.
I think they just created those nosebleeds because they needed a way to ruin the dress for the wedding.
For the wedding, exactly. And then I think they needed to quickly. I think they thought it might turn into leukemia storyline or something. So thought we need to nip this in the bud.
Yeah,
let's give a nasal cautery.
Yeah, let's create a problem and solve it real fast. Yeah.
Right. So they had the lovely big tree, and it's all really lovely and happy atmosphere. It's absolutely gorgeous.
I love.
By the way, Nurse Crane's at a refresher course at this point.
I love the fact that Phyllis is basically just feeling really left out and is ringing every 2 minutes.
Well, and everyone. And everyone's like taking her calls, but that like the second they hear her voice, they're like, "Damn it! Like, can I get off the phone? How fast?" You know what I mean? And she's just like, "Oh, I thought of this other thing," and they're like, "Yeah, I really want you to tell me like when you're back. Like, can you just tell me when you're back and everything?" And then like even Miss Higgins was like, "Oh, I'm really busy right now. Like, I really gotta go." Like, and she's
well, so everyone's having a lovely time. It's a really celebratory atmosphere in the house. What do you call it? Colette's now living there. It's all very exciting. It's her first Christmas there. She's so excited. So what Sister Monica Joan does is announce that this is going to be her last on this earth.
Oh, this annoyed me so much.
And you know what? She was like, "We shall pray for you." And I thought, yeah, pray that it bloody is the last one. Do you know what I mean?
Like, honestly, I was like, lady, like, you better kick the bucket at the end of this because you know what? Like, I cannot believe that you're going to make this huge fanfare, traumatize this small child who thinks of you as like an honorary grandma that spends every single freaking day with you. And then you're going to make all these demands about how you want to get what you want and be like, "Oh, now I'm cured. I'm going to spend 100 more Christmases here." Like, oh.
No, I don't
Say
know.
one of our listeners messaged and was like, "I really love Mrs. Mojo, by the way, and all you lot do is slag her off." And I apologise to you personally.
I
But
do
we're going to
apologize.
carry on.
I'll just say very fast to our listener, like I do actually apologize, even though I completely will not change my opinions, but I do apologize. And just know that like my household is like a pro Sister Monica Joan household because my mom absolutely loves SMJ, and she did also say that this was her like favorite episode of the show, like it's in her like top 5, and it's her favorite Christmas episode. And she always defends Sister Monica Joan, so I do agree, and I know that I am hard on her, but I also feel how I feel. But anyways, I do.
Now, one of my relatives, I don't know who it was, they were constantly like, this is my last winter coat. And apparently,
oh my God, what's going on with your family?
Oh, much today about them.
Apparently she had like 10 last winter coats.
Is it the same one who sent a note being like still alive?
No, different.
Oh my God, it's not the other side, is it? Because that'll explain a lot.
Oh, it is the other side.
It's
Oh God.
oh man.
So Sister Monica Jones has been reminiscing with Colette about when she was younger, when she was happy in her happy childhood. Because Colette's like, "Oh, I'm so happy, everything's amazing," and she's like, "Oh, I once remember being happy once, and now I want to make people miserable around me." So she tells her about this Victorian nativity tableau, right? And she's going on about, and they decide they're going to do this big, massive production to cheer her up. And I'm like, you know what?
Absolutely.
No point. You're going to ignore her next week, and then it's not going to be like it's just not going to be valid for long. So why bother?
I know. But the thing is they literally they like, and here's the thing. It was Jeffrey, it was Vi, it was Fred, it was Sheila, it ended up being Cyril got roped in. Everyone got roped in, but like some people were like more sucked into like the making of things than others.
Violet's line.
Oh my God. It's gonna be the same one.
She's petrified to pick up the phone.
Yes.
Her and Sheila basically trying to palm the costumes off on each other.
I know.
Absolutely,
and they were both
lols. Which, can I say, Jeffrey saved the day by getting them from the BBC, but that's
oh my God, it was so good. And he just had a solution for everything. Like I am telling you, Jeffrey was like the Swiss Army knife of this episode.
Do you know who else though? Fred was so on it. I loved it. He was so
Fred was amazing.
I mean, he did not fall for it, but he was so lovely.
I know, but here's the thing. They started the episode with already like the Christmas melee that they like had that they always have of normal years, and then Sister Monica Joan cooks up this thing about how like, oh, I'm gonna be dead soon, like you better like jump too. And then they were like, okay, well now let's make like the already hard like Herculean lift that we had to do anyway because it's the season like 10 times harder by like making it even more specific and like more period and like more intense and everything like that. And then even like, oh, it was just one thing after another. But I will tell you this, when Reggie was like, I don't want to be a shepherd, I want to be an angel, I was kind of like, oh, you know, like, come on, buddy. But then when Jeffrey saved the day by finding whatever the inspiration photo for the thing you do that Sister Monica Joan was talking about, and they found the angels, and then it really was like Reggie, and then Reggie got to be an angel. I would have
just let him even before we found that.
I know, same.
I don't know why they were so. I mean, again, like
everyone was so involved, like carpentry, like all this stuff. Like Cyril had to do carpentry as well as save the world, and Nigel the cat. Like it's just, it was very involved, and I was a bit like, she's not going to bloody appreciate it.
But the thing is, like, it was weird though because Violet was like, "Oh, but that's for children." I'm like, nobody in this tableau is a child. Everyone is an adult. Everyone, right?
Yeah. I really like the way that Jeffrey found the actual inspiration.
Yeah, that is detective work there.
Again, he did everything. Like even when Phyllis she was so ready to leave, and then she instantly like threw out her back, and so she was like, okay, I am driving to Nonatus, like you literally can't stop me. She literally had to walk in on hands and knees into the building, and she was like calling out for help, and then Jeffrey cracked her back, and he fixed her.
I loved. Do you know what?
Question: why was the tortoise put at the tableau?
It was the things they like loved most. It was like their favorite Christmas present. Right. Okay. Because that's why Colette put the key. But also, okay, really fast, is an osteopath a chiropractor? Is that basically kind of the same thing?
Basically, yes. I've had this discussion in the office this week, and we still don't know.
Okay, it's close enough. Because anyways, basically, like, he cracked her back, and then she was like, oh, I think I can get up now. And then she was fine for, like, the rest of the time. And, by the way, Phyllis took the best photo of the group at the dinner table where everyone was standing there, and it was so great. Also, I love that Matthew and Trixie had like a mixed race baby. Jesus, I thought that was like, I was like, you're literally talking about like, it was just awesome. It was awesome.
Now, I rarely cry at Call the Midwife, and when they took Sister Monica Joan out, like I properly cried over the Sister Monica Joan seeing that whole scene that they'd.
See, I didn't because I was like, she's not going to bloody appreciate it. She's going to do another
Oh,
stupid
oh,
japes
but I
next
see,
week.
just
you
think
know what? For all my moaning, like, and I was so annoyed with her for literally the whole like 90% of the episode. The second that she walked out and she saw Colette, and then they did the whole thing, I was like sobbing, and I was like totally into it, and I was invested. She like won me back. I don't even know how to explain it.
No, I just thought
I
she's
just
going to be an
think
ungrateful cow next week as well.
Well, she definitely
when
will, and I'll complain about it again. But
when you get to that age, like I don't know, I feel like Sister Monica Joan today. Like when you get to that age and like her parents aren't around and all of those, like all of the aunts and great aunts, and do you know what I mean? Like they're all gone. So to actually like look back and just remember a childhood
It's
memory like
lovely,
that,
but
actually see it play, I was a mess.
it is for other people. I probably would be, but I just think it's wasted on her because next week she's going to just be ignored again. And be,
well, the thing is, she's like the most emotionally manipulative person
yeah,
on the show. She's like always like bending people to her will. Like, I mean, the thing is, like, anyway, we don't have time because like we're running out of time. But like, yeah, it
also,
was.
why was Fred giving stuff away to the Turners? That's literally the GPs. Like they've got more money than anyone there.
Oh my God, yeah, like it's crazy the amount. Like he would let everyone just walk out of that store with not paying any for anything.
Yeah.
It's wild. Like, yeah.
And why were they letting him do that?
I don't.
know.
He said he's like, oh, I just feel for the kitties. I'm like, well, you don't have to. Like, again,
They literally have everything they want for Christmas.
yeah,
Yeah.
they don't need to save any money
Do
at
it for the
all.
kids from last time, last
Yes.
episode, or the workhouse kids or whatever.
Exactly.
Also, Apollo 8, Mojo being like, I'm not displeased to have witnessed it again. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Ungrateful.
the other thing that she was like, oh yeah, she's like, I did love space stuff, but like now it's really boring. Like the moon's been going around the Earth for eternity, like whatever. And the thing that really actually irritated me about that was that Colette was so excited, and Colette has been sitting with her for hours and like literally like spending so much time with her. And then she's like, but Sister Monica Joan, they're gonna walk on the moon. She's like, yeah, I really don't care. Like, anyways, like it's been around for like so long, like whatever. And she's just like, she sat there, like Colette is sat there with like two huge like
Yeah.
nose pads coming out of her nostrils, and she's just like, I'm 6 years old. Why are you ruining this for me? It was
Yeah, I think she's about 10, but either way.
however old she is. Yeah, you
Shall
got
we
it.
do heroes and zeros, ladies?
Yes.
My zero is going to be Trixie for booting Jeffrey out
100% on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you. Yeah.
and then being really snippy that he's at Nana's house.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like more might come out about that because I thought that's a very weird reaction they never explained.
I thought there was a deleted scene that you guys were going to explain to me, but
No.
No. And then my hero is, oh God, there's a few heroes this week.
a lot of heroes.
It's going to be Miss Higgins for putting the note on Antoinette's door.
Great one.
And also for saying to the woman, we need to discuss the aroma in the lavatories, which is lols.
Loved it. Oh,
Jen?
Al.
Oh, I'll go. My zero is Brenda's mum.
Yes.
Because
Or
I'm just
Brenda
like, it's
for
so
like,
reactionary.
yeah.
I know Brenda stirred the pot, but at the same time, just, you're an adult. You realise she had a horrible time. Think
Yeah.
about it. My
Yeah.
hero is going to be Violet because they had those for every 10 boxes sold of their Christmas hampers, they were giving one away for the community and stuff, and I really liked that, and I thought it was great. And
Oh,
also, she
yeah.
was there. She was a hero as normal with all the costumes and had loads of stuff to do as well as the council work, as well as keeping Fred and Reggie. Do you know what I mean? I just thought, well done,
Yeah.
Violet.
Yes. Okay, my zero is going to be, I normally love her, but Sheila, like there is no way on earth that you can make a size small dress into a size XL dress. Like you can go down, you cannot go up. Like literally this is the most elemental logic in the world, and it irritated me to no end. I wish that they had shown that she had like patched in some other fabric, or she'd been like, oh look, I blah blah blah. Anyway, I can't.
Yeah.
I just could not take
Panels
it.
of different fabric. Yeah.
Oh, I just could not take it. And then my hero, oh God, there were like really a lot of heroes. I want to say that my hero is the sisterhood and the brotherhood that came together for like the two, like the mom's storyline and then like the Mr. Sharma storyline. Because I just really like all of the characters like that working together, and I really love the way that the two girls, Brenda and Tony,
Tony.
their like evolution and their like all the stuff that they said to each other like just really like hit for me, and I just love that. So like I love like the boys helping boys, and I love like the girls helping girls, and like I was here for that. So those are my
Also
heroes.
Jeffrey.
Oh my God, Jeffrey! Yes, I totally didn't even realize. Yes,
Just love him.
He
Cyril was
saved the
amazing.
day, like 45
Jeffrey was
times.
amazing. All
Oh
of
my
the ones
gosh.
who were even though she annoys me, Mojo, and I was being a bit harsh. The way they all came about, the way they all turned up for her and did it all for her was amazing. Also,
Well, and the thing is,
I did think one thing, and this is a really strange thing I'm going to end on. You know, like now, in Victorian times, they're doing a recreation of the Victorian times. It's like
yeah,
the horse is being pulled. No, the horse is pulling the cart.
yeah.
Like horses really have done well because they're now being pulled in their own cart. They're not pulling carts anymore. They're just
That's
being
progress.
driven around. Yeah,
That's progress.
They're doing better than all of us guys. Horses are
Yeah.
winning in 2025.
And look, like Anna, I do agree with you, but also like people would not do all this for Sister Monica Joan if they didn't really love her. And like I
Yes.
know I do like absolutely like tear her to shreds, but like
I have torn her to shreds, and I apologize.
well, I don't necessarily apologize, but I also like definitely want to give a shout out for like we know her history, like we know who she is as a person, and like for as many times as she's like annoyed the absolute living bejesus out of me, she's also like
She's been a hero a hell of
yeah,
a lot.
she's been a hero a lot, and she saved the
Not
day a lot,
mine.
and she's absolutely made me like sob. Like quick shout out, like remember when Jenny Lee was leaving and like they were all giving hugs and everything, and then she says, oh, she like literally recited a poem that was like, oh my sweet Jennifer.
Yeah.
When I tell you, like, if I think about it too much or if I watch that scene again, like, I will absolutely bawl my eyes out. So, like, anyway, everyone was, like, so heroic this episode. And honestly, this was one of the best Christmas episodes ever. In fact, it was one of the best Call the Midwife episodes ever. And I
It
totally
was,
agree
and I
with you,
feel
Mom.
like we've had to kind of rush it a bit because obviously we don't want to carry on recording for 12 hours and for you to have to listen for 12 hours because it's an hour and a half. And we did talk about cards a hell of a lot today. But
Apologies.
so
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Anyway,
I feel like
I'll
we got
have
on, like,
more
a-
card stories next week.
well, nice. So next week we'll be doing the not synopsis, we won't be doing synopsis. Next week we're doing the recap, won't we?
Series
Yes.
recap, yes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
and then
I'm gonna
we'll be
really
doing
try to
Chris-
have some special stuff for you guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then we'll be doing listener special.
Listener special.
Yeah, so I've got a load of stuff for that, but yeah. So thank you so much for listening, and we shall see you next week for the recap. Are you doing a recap as a requested by listener? Are you doing the?
I'm gonna hold the listeners in suspense, but
Ooh.
But if you're a faithful listener, you've already gotten some hints about what I'm gonna do.
Right.
So I'll just leave it there. Yep.
Exciting, right?
Yes.
Right, we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for listening.
Mwah! Happy
Bye-bye.
Christmas. Bye.